What's up, everybody? Moving on. Glad to have everyone back. We are going to be hopping over here to North Wakia. We'll have to end up changing that name eventually, but Sky Coast. I'm sure you guys have seen my wrap-up video. I posted pretty decent city. I added a couple last finishing touches there, but for the most part, it's kind of a starter city. It wasn't the best, layout, but learned a lot with it. Hopefully we can take some of what we learned over here. I actually sent over some cash. Just a little bit, though. I don't want it to be boring to the point where, I've got endless amounts of money and it's like sandbox mode. I'm not really a fan of that. But this is a pretty decent plot here. We're going to be focusing on OmegaCO. And as you can see, you can see the city out in the distance here, and we're going to use this little area here as our arcology. So we'll have to get started here. I want to make sure. I don't think this is going to be the most densely populated city, just because there's going to be some residential, but for the most part, it's going to be industrial and commercial. So we got to keep mind to traffic as always. Now, we have this big ridge up here, and I'm trying to think maybe we can make that the residential, the small amount of residential that we'll have, and then everything else down through here will be industry, or maybe not. I don't know. I mean, my thoughts are we've got the coastline here, so this will be good for like a trade port. So I want to kind of reserve that for industry. But let's get started. Let's think of a good way. We're going to have our OmegaCO. What the heck is it called? Headquarters. Yep. Our OmegaCO HQ. I kind of want, like, right here. So we'll have to maybe mess around with that a little bit. I'm going to start off with some medium density. And, alright, draw a road from the highway. Moving along. Now, I'm trying to think, and I see these videos of these people who have these, like, insanely cool road designs. Though it looks really awesome, it doesn't always serve the purpose of, helping the traffic situation. It usually just looks really cool, and then you zoom in and their traffic or their city's a complete gridlock. So I want to keep it functional, and also I want to keep it looking pretty cool. So I've thought of this design, and I think it will be I think it'll work. It's going to be hard, though, to lay it down because I don't know how big the OmegaCO HQ is. What do I got to do to even unlock that so I can get an idea of how much space we need to reserve? Alright, so you need an OmegaCO factory. And then you can, once you get a little bit of profits, I guess, right? Well, what do you need to provide working power? Water. Have 7 industrial buildings and have 14 commercial buildings. So we've got a little bit of work here. Now, let's take a look here. Again, I kind of want this area up here to be residential, but we'll see. So let's get some roads down. And mind you, this stuff might change. I usually like to start off my city with a vision, with a plan, but ultimately, in the end, if something goes wrong or traffic's an issue, then we're going to change it. It's not etched in stone. Like here, for example, I think we'll be okay with traffic, but we'll see. Why don't I have my road grids? Oh, there we go. So we'll try to keep the density as nice as we can because we're going to try to maximize profits in this city. A lot of you actually been asking for this type of city, and I've been kind of wanting to do it. Last city was more of a, I don't want to say it was a test city, but for the most part it was a test city, I mean, let's see here. And then we can draw, maybe we can do something like this. And then maybe we can have like an overpass to go out this way. I want a few intersections as we can. They just constitute problems, even with the latest patches. It's just problematic. So Let's do that. Let's get some peeps in here. Some Sims moving on down. Commercial. I didn't even check which way is the wind blowing. Perfect. Wind's blowing out towards the water. That's what I like to see. Get some stuff in here. Just let's get everything working. Everything working. Water is an issue. I love when you first start out cities. It's so simple and life is so easy. And then as we move forward, I really want to add a fusion power plant to this city, by the way. That's something that is a must. We'll have to, not this episode, of course, but we'll have to take a break and get that fusion power plant researched. A lot of you didn't really like the Academy City. Everybody seems to be doing Academy, but, you know, gotta research it, people. We gotta research it. I guess we have to... I guess we need power, you know? I mean, I wish we can... I guess we could have bought it, but... Yeah, I guess we could have bought it. We have tons. Alright. First episodes of new cities are always a little bland. You know, certain things you need to do to put in place, as you all know, just to get everything kind of rolling. You need a little bit of people. You need some roads. So I did send over some money again just to make sure we can kind of keep our head afloat here. And I could put everything up to 10 because they tend to not moan and complain at 10. So good. And now we can maybe do, like I said, I wanted to do almost like an overpass over here. Let's see. So we'll do something like that, and then we will do, let's do this. And then maybe we can do like some sort of overpass, because we haven't really been using overpasses all too much. Bam. Have not been using overpasses that much, and I'm hitting myself over the head for it. Last city, the traffic wasn't too bad. What is going on here? What is going on here? I mean, that is a contextual problem here. I have no idea what is going on with that. That looks really stupid, though. It's not quite a dirt road. Let's see if I draw it again, it'll correct itself. Huh. Interesting, people. Very interesting. We'll hold off on Town Hall. I don't think it's the most important thing right now. Let's make sure we're getting our people moving into town. And then we will focus more on industry and commercial too, of course. Because we want to get that OmegaCO factory put down here. What I kind of wanted to do, and I guess I can kind of lay it down just a little bit. I think it looks pretty cool. Let's go a little farther back. Farther back you go from the inlet of the city, the better. But again, I really don't think traffic is going to be all too much of an issue. We're going to put the OmegaCO factory here, but then we're going to have these roads that are going to branch off. That's going to make it look pretty cool. So we'll give that a minute here. Let's see how far we are along on the process for this. Oh, I was going to say, what the heck's going on? Why don't I have it? All right, so good. It's unlocked. All right, so first the OmegaCO factory. I guess we could just put it down like over here somewhere. We can always move it. Let's see. Yeah, let's just put it down over here for now. Well, believe me, there's going to be more than one OmegaCO factory. And then this needs to have a total franchise profits of 5,000 per hour. Now we're going to need to, I guess, import some raw ore or oil. This episode, without a doubt, or I shouldn't say this episode, this city, without a doubt, we're going to move forward with the above ground pipe laying. We're going to try that out, and we're basically going to maximize the OmegaCO. We're gonna go hard at it, and we're gonna do it big. Alright, so we are, for the most part, we got to kind of just get everything going. I don't want to start importing... I don't want to start importing the ore and all that. I just would rather save up a reserve of it. So we can just put one of these down and then put one of these down. Ore mine for right now. Nothing crazy. And we also need, of course, a trade depot, which we can stick in somewhere over here. Where we had trade depot. That's a processor factor. Oh, here we go. I guess there's fine for now. Let's modify that. Put an extra little garage. All right, that'll work for now. That'll work for now. We'll try to get some oil and some ore. Let's hope we have enough workers. Let's hope. This will likely get demolished after a while. Strong believer in that. What you talking about? Yeah, we know. We are on it, my friend. We are on it. No, we don't have enough power. I guess we can buy some. Why not? Why not? They won't be moaning about it. That's always a good sign. Buying power. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, we could actually use this whole area out here for like a trade port. That's what I'm thinking. What do you got to do to unlock one of those? Trade HQ active. And to get a trade HQ, plop 3 different storage lots. Trade 72,000 in global market resources in a day. Okay, well, we could do that. It's not the hardest thing to accomplish. We are, let's see, what are these set at? Local deliveries on, okay. So what I was saying is we're going to try to work on these extraction pods. Last episode we did our drone assembly, which is good, and that's actually shared through the region, so that's good. Global market VTOL pad. Didn't really pay much attention to that. Receive global market resources deliveries by VTOL aircraft. So that's, again, it's almost like the trade port, but just through, like, well, actually, to be honest with you, you had the municipal airports that actually would trade for you, but I guess this is just more futuristic. Extraction pod. Keep the flow of ore and oil coming. Plop this on a crude oil or raw ore deposit and it will suck the ground dry. Yeah, that's what we want. And then we will kind of almost base our city around that. First thing we need to do is kind of get off the ground with profits for this. So, you know, it's a step-by-step process just like anything else. And I think it's going to come out really nice. This is going to be, I'm thinking like more like not a complete grid pattern, but almost like a, you know, like I said, maximizing density. That's really what we got to focus on in this episode. And once everything starts getting built up, I guarantee you the profits are going to be just out of control. Because even in the other city, with the small amount of OmegaCO that we were dealing with, I mean, our profits are pretty much through the roof. As of late, once I had put in those most recent mega towers in, profits started to dwindle just a little bit. I think that's because I tried to squeeze in like mall levels and office levels, and for the most part, those are not really that great when it comes to profit. So, mega towers, I'm going to try to do a couple mega towers. I don't know if I'm going to build them all the way up, but definitely going to try to do something with it. Waste disposal. Again, last city, we're kind of in the dumps with that, but we're going to work on that. Maybe we'll send some trucks over. I guess there's one truck there already over here, picking up trash. Wow, look at that mess. I don't know if one truck's going to be able to handle all that, but we'll see. It's only 8:13 a.m. getting game, so. All right, what's going on here? I'm waiting patiently here. Waiting patiently. I guess they got no workers. Okay, so we need more workers. Well, let's put them down. Put them down, put them down. And let's see. What else was I gonna say? Yeah, this has just been super requested from the get-go. So you guys are gonna like this, I guarantee it. Maybe not this episode, but this series is gonna be a lot better. And there's no lag because there's no people. Other city was locking up due to lag. I don't. Maybe it's all the lights and stuff like that, and all those new buildings. For the most part, it was a real issue. I'll have to say. Probably I want to put one of these in. Not yet because we're a little low on cash, but we will definitely work with those. ControlNet. We kind of learned a little bit about ControlNet. It's needed for mostly everything in the city, so we will have to focus on that. Yeah, we do have ControlNet facilities, so we are good with that. That's been researched. Mega towers. Let's see, what else? Education, we will have to most likely focus just a little bit on that here to help with the industry. I like the way the maglev came through in the other city. That was really sweet. So we'll have to work on that. Airports, not so much. SkyCo sends in the buy drones. Really? That's pretty sweet. I didn't think they would do that. Still not producing anything. Kind of just letting everything grow just that little bit. Let's add a couple parks in. Maybe people aren't very happy. What can we add? Plaza. I guess we can add one of these Millennium Plazas. These things work really well when it comes to futurization. Everybody's upgrading now. Everybody's got their smart cars. Hybrids. Robbers cross borders. They didn't really deal with too much crime in the other city, and one of you actually put that's because the OmegaCO keeps everybody happy and at ease. So we'll kind of nip that in the bud. We'll put a little police station down for now, and hopefully we will not have an issue with crime. And you know, once the OmegaCO comes in, the crime will likely subside. So I really want to get this OmegaCO HQ in here, but nobody's doing anything. Nobody's working. Now hiring. Maybe if I put, for now, let me put some... Now, if you move right in next door and you don't get workers, there must be some issues. We got rail connection here too. Better yet, let me cross that rail connection here now before I start building everything in. Oh wow, I don't think I can do that yet. Huh. Plop a trade port or Department of Transportation in the region. Maybe that'll be one of the first things we add, Department of Transportation. Wow, I didn't realize you needed all that. But yeah, rail connection is going to play a big role here. I'm thinking maybe we'll go down this way, and then again, we're going to have our trade port out here, so we'll likely kind of keep the rail. We'll put the rail in place first, because I've noticed that once you start putting stuff down, it's just becomes a mess when you try to get everything laid down, and then you realize, hey, I need rail connection over here, and you gotta demolish half the city. So, all right, we got workers and we got workers. Now, do you got any oil yet? Nope, coming through. We need ore. I'm sure it'll be coming through soon. Let's see. We didn't add any worships. I guess we can add maybe like a church up here or something like that. Let's see. There we go. That's a nice little spot for a church. Keep everybody happy. That's what it's all about. Keeping them happy, keeping them young. Okay, let's see. Saying I need crude oil over there. Well, we all know that. Oops. And let's see. Town Hall. Where can we put Town Hall? I don't know if I want to put it up there. I don't know yet. Let's see here. Fire department. That's probably something we're going to want to add here soon. Health coverage as well. Red Cross relief. We didn't add one of those in our last city. Kind of a waste of space, to be honest with you. I mean, it's cool, you know, if disaster strikes, but I don't know. We ain't got that much room for that type of stuff. What else? We want to do buses in this one here, too. We ain't got much money for anything. Let me speed this up a little bit. Hopefully we can get this working here. Speed it on up. And it's raining. Let's see here. There's actually a new disaster too. I was reading about it. I haven't yet seen it. It's like some sort of robot that comes down and just rains terror on everything. Earn the drone control to Outworlder 6 achievement. What is that? Where's my achievements? Where is that at? I don't know. What the heck was that called again? Drone control to Outworlder. Drone control to Outworlder. I definitely haven't earned it yet because I haven't seen it. Drone control? I don't see it. Maybe not. Some of them are hidden, you know, until you, of course, unlock it. You can't really tell what it is. I guess I could maybe look it up and find out, but I'd like to see what that disaster's all like. I would really like to see that. I guess I'm going kind of quick here, so I might be skipping over it, but deluxe apartment in the sky, reactor Kickstarter, here tomorrow, today. Where did we park? That's pretty cool. Yeah, amusement parks, man. That is pretty cool that what they added there in the other cities. If you guys haven't checked them out, you might be new to the channel. Check my playlists. Of course, Cities of Tomorrow just recently came out, so we've got a series on that. And prior to that, we've got theme park series, we've got tourism. So be sure to check out the playlists. All right, we're starting to get some materials here, and hopefully we can get something working here. Everything is very slow, slower than I can ever remember. Even on cheetah speed. Maybe it's because I don't have any delivery trucks. Oh, not enough simoleons. I guess they're going first to the OmegaCO factory, and we've got purple haze, so we are golden. All right, so as you can see, they are creating the Omega to be shipped, and there goes the truck. So we'll have to keep our eye on the profits, but for the most part, we're moving forward here. I like to keep an eye also on these little drone maps. Wow, there's drones everywhere. I guess they're all coming from the other city. Omega map, here we go. So, owned by OmegaCO. So all these buildings already are owned by OmegaCO. And it takes a while, but eventually you'll get the residentials and the commercials in along, you know, with the OmegaCO as well. And I really want to kind of get this put down here because I don't want to go forward without laying those roads down properly, because we're just going to end up having to demolish everything anyway. So we'll give it a second. But what I was saying is, for those of you that don't know yet, the Omega, when you first lay down the industry, they're usually the first to be taken over by the OmegaCO. and then, of course, moving towards commercial, and then ultimately residential as well. Your goal is to have every single house, business, and factory in your city owned and operated by OmegaCO, because that's where the profits come. And as you can see here, I mean, we're already making 2,900, and we're not doing anything. You know what I mean? We're making tons of money with OmegaCO. It's definitely going to be something that's going to help us with all the other cities in the region, not just this one. And that's what I've read too, that if you have a profitable OmegaCO city, you'll never have any money issues for any of the other cities. Kind of like when, previous to Cities of Tomorrow, when you would have like a really lucrative trade city and you can make, you know, hundreds of millions of simoleons. It's kind of going to be like that, just more futurized. So, I'm trying to find out where my profits are. Let's see. 2,000 an hour so far. I don't know, where do we check that? I don't know how you check your profits. I guess maybe just by looking at this, right? Yeah, probably. That's probably your best way. No better way to increase profits than to add more commercial and more industry. So let's just do some of that. We've got some homes over here, and we'll get everything rolling here. We can also, we've got enough money, we can add another one of these. 25 grand. Is that the Omega production line? Okay. I know in last episode as well we didn't focus so much on processors, but this episode we will have a processor factory. It's going to be paramount in our drone production. I know last episode we were making so much money that it was very easy to just import the processors, but that gets really expensive. It's a lot better to make them, and then of course sell off the excess if we don't need them. But we will, we'll get there. It'll take a little bit, but we will get there, I promise. Let's see here. So what I will do, it's a relatively short episode. I don't want to bore you guys. These first episodes are a little boring. I will let the game run just for a few minutes here after we hang up the episode, just to kind of get the profits up. I won't add anything. I'll just kind of let it run. And then we'll pick up next episode with, of course, laying down the Omega HQ and building those roads I was talking about, where we're going to get some roads that are going to come down out this way, and we're going to make it look really cool. So appreciate everybody for tuning in to this first boring-like episode, and we'll see everyone next episode.